Hello students, we are discussing J Advanced 2022 paper 1. Let us see this question. It's a question from complex number. It is a complex number with a non-zero imaginary part. Okay, non-zero imaginary part. So what does it mean? That means suppose z equal to x plus iy, then y is not equal to 0. Non-zero imaginary part. Imaginary part is not 0. And given that 2 plus 3z plus 4z square by 2 minus 3z plus 4z square is purely a real number, then what is the value of mod z square? So let us take that function. Let us write like this: 4z square plus 3z plus 2 by 4z square minus 3z plus 2. Okay. Now what I am going to do is this: I am writing as this is equal to 4z square minus 3z plus 2 plus 6z divided by 4z square minus 3z plus 2. Because I am making the denominator just like the numerator. I mean, the numerator is written as just like the denominator, and made the remedial 6z I added. So exact function will be getting, now this is cancelled, will be getting 1 plus 6z by 4z square minus 3z plus 2. Okay, so this is going to be a purely a real number, So that means if you ignore this one also, if you remove this one also, it will be, the remaining will be a purely a real number. The remaining is a real number. So what I am going to do is I'm taking this z downwards. That means this can be written as 1 plus 6 by. So divide by z, you will be getting what? 4z minus 3 plus 2 by z. That is a real number. Okay, that is a real number. So that means, when you consider this function, 6 minus 3 etc. are real numbers in fact. So we can very well take 4z plus 2 by z to be a real number. We can consider this 4z plus 2 by z should be a real number. So 4z plus 2 by z should be a real number. 4z plus 2 by z is a real number. So when you consider a real number, suppose z is a real number, then z equal to z bar. Z is equal to its conjugate. So purely real means this complex number will be equal to its conjugate. So 4z plus 2 by z is equal to 4z bar plus 2 by z bar. Okay. Now you take this everything to the left side and take common outside. 4 into z minus z bar plus 2 into 1 by z minus 1 by z bar is equal to 0. Now you take LCM, that is 4 into z minus z bar plus 2 into z bar. You take LCM, you will be getting z bar minus z. So z bar minus z is equal to 0. Okay. Now you take z minus z bar common. So you will be getting z minus z bar into 4 minus 2 by z bar. Okay, is equal to 0. Okay. Now z is not equal to z bar. Why? Because given that y not equal to 0. Because given that it is not a purely real number. Z is not a purely real number, because it is given the question that the imaginary part is not 0. That means z is not equal to z bar. This y is not 0. X may or may not be 0, that we don't know. May or may not be 0, but y is not equal to 0. So consequently z will not be equal to z bar. So we can cancel this z minus z bar, because it is not equal to 0. Z minus z bar is not equal to 0. So what happens? The remaining should be equal to 0. So 4 plus 4 minus 2 by z, or 4 equal to 2 by z bar, cross multiplying z bar is equal to what? 1 by 2, or mod z square is equal to 1 by 2. That is what we have to get. What is the value of mod z square? Mod z square is equal to 1 by 2, that is equal to 0.5. It's a numerical question. So that is the answer to this question. It's a very simple question. Only thing, instead of putting z is equal to s plus iy, when you put z equal to s plus iy and when you go for simplifying, you will take a lot of time. So rather what I am suggesting is this method, you put it in form of z only and apply the property of purely real, okay, etc. Okay then, thank you.